Well, hello, folks. Welcome back to another Mellow Monday. This week we're going to be, starting with some more Monster Lair. I'm beginning to wonder how long this game is. I know we're playing it in 1 hour increments every week, so that's probably contributing somewhat, but, yeah, I mean, we got our way through. We fought the fire guy last week and got his lunchbox. And then later we're going to be making another attempt at Iridian 2. Just, was fun last week. Ran out of time. Well, we'll start it over again, see what we do. But for now, let's just jump into it. Did I play this offline? I don't think I did. Place fountains on the 7th floor, as well as dojos. Steal ice armor from ice warriors. Yeah, I think maybe I did intend to play this offline a bit. It felt like we were struggling a little with certain enemies. His brutal attack did 1 damage. Maybe I shouldn't worry so much about whether or not he gets his turn. And her magic appears to have a chilling effect. Not enough of one. Magic ice shards. Can wear helmet. I mean, that's all. Yeah, those are all improvements. And now Gloop has ice magic. That won't be useful against any of the enemies on this floor. We got a sardine. We gotta seal that buffalo bowl as fast as we can. Not too late. Yeah, how do you like it? Hmm. I'm going for the water slime. Yeah, I probably should have checked the magic shop. Forgot all about that. Monsters are being real stingy on this run. I think we all know what needs to happen. We need to seal that Ice Warrior immediately. This is probably going to prove to be a mistake. Especially if my goal here is to pick up some ice armor. That's an ice shield you got there. That's 1 point more than the ice buckler. Well, I guess. Shell ring, yeah, that's what I thought, so kind of screwed that up. We just have to see what a field gets us. I guess there's nothing of interest down there. Yeah, I had a bit more stuff than I thought. Oh, I got your magic ready, as promised. Promised? What promise? You gave me a sardine, remember? Oh yeah, that's right. So what magic do you have for us as payment for that sardine? It's an attack spell that summons a blizzard to damage every enemy at once. One sardine for blizzard magic? Huh? Oh, okay, we're out of pig boar ribs again. Maybe I did play this offline. Now, just out of sheer curiosity, let's check the field first. We got more of these jerks. And we got some more of these carrot guys. Right, yeah. these carrots are a little hardier than the other ones. Okay, not liking this. Let's see. 10 MP for the blizzard, but only 8 for the fire, and the fire will do the job. Yep, those bull pelts. It's exactly what we were looking for. Thought there was going to be something down there. Uh-oh. Oh, no, wait, no, sorry. We're fine. Just not good at planning, that's all. Ooh, did we get another pelt? Oh, we got some sirloin. Alright, we're gonna have to be a little less sloppy this time. This is exactly what I was hoping to avoid. We got another shield. Not getting a whole lot in the way of armor. Nope, we got a gold coin, a sapphire ring, and an ice shield. Oh, right, so I just put those in. So it's the stuff along the top is not done yet. We're again going to go for the water slime because those dry water slimes continue to be somewhat useful. Well, we'll see. Another sapphire ring. I'm curious about something though. Provided I get the opportunity to try it. Which I do not. I say the ability to hit everyone in the party and also stun them, it's a bit much. And we get a pelt for our trouble. So if I take out all three of them at once, is it the one that dies last? So the one on the end, technically, who's going to drop the item. Does that happen consistently? I get a hat. An ice brooch. Is that how you spell Broach? To veer or cause to veer broadside to the wind and waves. To bring up a discussion or debate. To announce. Yeah, they did not spell that word correctly. I mean, not a significant detail, just, just pointing that out. That's right, they're strong against ice. Okay, so shell armor is at least No, wait, no, it isn't. It's really not. Never mind. Yet there the fire slime. What's the water slime? Oh yeah, the water slime pasta. If we need pig boar ribs. This will just go with roast fire slime for now. Get an iron chest. I haven't been using the iron chests. I guess maybe now's the time to do that. There. Well, he's not going as berserk. We'll call that a win. And again, the War Penguin is on the end. So does that mean... that means we get another hat. And an ice buckler. don't know if you guys can hear that. And we get another pelt. You know, all those pelts. You just love eating pelts. Maybe my mistake here is using the... I don't see why that would make a difference. Or even if it did make a difference, they would say so, right? Am I imagining that? Nope, they're just not dropping spook tarts. It's real annoying. Get him down to 6 HP. He stuns everyone and then just gets a free turn and drops a pelt. Now we gotta go back to the early floors. Start farming these dang pigs. Pig boars, whatever they're called. And if they don't show up, let's just put it away. No, it's the same. Okay. They probably figured out my secret. Pig boar fur. Whew. Pig boar fur. Fire. Oh my god. This game's just decided we don't get to eat anymore. You can still get some crow leg. Oh, we got an iron key. I guess while we're on this floor, let's try to get some spook tarts. So maybe the lower level enemies will actually drop them. Well, Gloop's been sealed. I do have to admit, this is starting to get a little old. I mean, I guess like the, you know, building out the dungeons and that is still fine. But like now the fact that I have to like go to all this trouble to acquire more pig boar meat in order to make the more elaborate recipes. It's ending up being a bit grindy in that sense. Not a big fan of farming for drops. I mean, okay, no, I say that, and famously a big fan of Monster Hunter, so it's not strictly true. Like, this is getting to be tedious. Oh, the floor is blue. I think we got this one. Okay. I guess the iron key doesn't work on that chest. We finally have the ingredients we need for this. And the sardines. And so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna warp to the 7th floor. Okay. The floor turned blue, so I thought that meant we were gonna... That's fine. Just gonna go ahead and save again. and I will be back momentarily. Alright, I'm back. Because theoretically I could have gone with the... Anyway, we're just going to start fresh again. Do I want to go auto upgrade? I'm not against it. Let's... Alright, so I was going to practice this in the time between, and didn't really do that. I played it like offline like maybe once. So I guess auto upgrade is more useful if you're gonna stick to like one weapon primarily. Now, at least for now, it doesn't seem that beneficial to be swapping around the different guns. So like if I switch now, it's going to auto-upgrade this one. Which I guess if we wanted to do this... Yeah, you do get bonus points for keeping your smart bombs, but I'm not going for points here. Yeah, I think this particular gun is fully upgraded at this point. So if I manually upgrade it from here, it's just wasting the power-ups. This gun ain't working. No. Thought maybe something that gave us a little more power would be nice. seem like any of these guns deal significantly more. How do you dodge that? Just the timing on those, there doesn't seem to be like a safe space between the beams, and there's not enough of a pause between them to get... It's just an odd choice. You can kind of... If you hold off on shooting a little bit, you can get your shot accuracy up. You know, for what that gets you. Now again, because I have auto upgrade on, if I try to swap weapons, it's going to upgrade one of the two adjacent ones. Because we can do this. I think the idea here, theoretically, is that the benefit to this is piercing. I wonder, I don't know if I already said this earlier or not, but you know, games like these, sometimes I wonder how the developers envisioned them being played. You know, I mean, this is a scrolling shooter. You would make certain assumptions, but at the same time, they give you a very specific set of abilities, and so you almost have to ask. You can wonder, like, how did they intend for you to use those? Like, what was the idea? like, by playing this kind of the way that I am I sort of, you know, like, missing the point at all? Like, or maybe not the point. I mean, again, it's a pretty obvious style of game. I'm not entirely sure how you dodge that. He gets going, he takes up so much of the screen. But what? Why is it being so... Why is it, like, snapping back and forth like that? That is not helpful. If you don't go on that side, do you just not get the checkpoint? What do I do with these? Okay, seems like my little satellites will take those things out. Okay, what is that? What's that gonna do? Why is there already another checkpoint? Why is the sky blue? Where do babies come from? Oh my god. What? Really couldn't be bothered to engage with that particular gameplay mechanic. Oh yeah, this was the one with the ice shards. And the Sonic the Hedgehog music. And if my options didn't absorb some of those bullets, this would be kinda ridiculous. No, I don't think this has piercing. I think it's just, it does that funny thing where it goes sideways. Ugh. I mean, given that it seems to try and rank your accuracy. Like at some point, like they clearly didn't expect players to just hold down the fire button and just, blind fire their way through the stages. Maybe I do need to move away from this and just go for something a little more basic. These guys just really seem to get right up close here. I suppose in the strictest definition of the term, this is a Euro shmup, so... You know, even if I don't necessarily think about it that way. Those guys move laterally way faster than you do. I don't think I played this stage last week. This all seems a little less familiar. Very good. Now continue to Gamma Galaxy. Our intelligence indicates that the Iridian forces infiltrated our spaceports in that section. Again, it was technically theirs first. Yet the argument here is that we conquered their space fair and square, but... There. Maybe that's the strategy. Use those two things. Here's the weird thing about this game, is that, like, the stuff you would expect to be challenging is not that bad overall. Like, you know, it's like your really fundamental, like, dodging bullets and that, they're pretty generous about that stuff. But then there'll be other things where it just kind of makes no sense and begs the question how exactly you expected to deal with that. What? Was that that didn't work? My controls got kind of messed up for a second there. This is a really weird format to try and do an R-type stage. Music's consistently pretty good. Like, sometimes it doesn't quite match the tone. But, I mean, you know, divorced from the game itself, the tunes are all real good. Oh, whoa, okay. We take damage if we crash into that. Now we know. What is... Again, like, the game is oddly generous when it comes to, like, letting you sort of deflect the bullet spray, but then there's just these other things that are just whipping around the screen, and Well, that seems to have helped. I got another one. Also, let it be said, the game continues to look amazing. I mean, and not just like, you know, technically impressive for a Game Boy Advance game, even though that is also true, but like just really, really good art design in general here. I don't know what the deal is with these bubbles. Oh, and also, look out! Bubbles! There. I almost forgot to do it. Don't back into that. Yeah, I still have all 3 of my bombs. Look at all the points I'm gonna get. Iridian forces are retreating. They fell back to the Delta Galaxy. We received an emergency call from our spaceport there. Keep up the good work and victory is near. Wasteland asteroid field. What is... Okay, the movement on this thing is very... What is... I don't think it's the perspective. Admittedly, the perspective isn't helping here, but like... a little trouble getting a read on that guy. And they saw fit to give me a health up, so I'm a little worried that something real nasty is about to come up. I was about to comment on how that boss wasn't that hard, and then I got hit, like, just like a split second before the words came out of my mouth. It seems like the stages in general are getting... I don't know. It seems like some of the hardest stages were kind of in the middle. Okay, this is a bit much. I've been saying that a lot. Okay, those guys have revenge bullets. Okay. Yes, that's fine. So long as you know it's coming. It's not a big thing. I'm kind of already taking a lot of damage, though. I seem to have my health back. I don't know when that happened. Apparently it happened before I got the health pickup. I didn't lose a life because this game runs on checkpoints. They're at least decently generous with the checkpoints as well. Guess I'd be a little curious to see what the game plays like on higher difficulties. But I don't know if I'm curious enough to play through it all again. This is kinda still going. You know? These bullet patterns are kind of all over the place. I think I just got another extra life. Now we're going to the asteroid field, which is apparently on a planet. We're feeling the groove in this asteroid field. This whole, I didn't say the whole soundtrack, I was about to, but it's maybe not all of it. There are definitely moments on this soundtrack where it is very Sega. Well, looks like we can't blow these things up. We just have to kind of weave in between them. Those homing missiles are kind of annoying. God damn, this music is so groovy though. Like, okay, so you get your health back if you... What was it? What did I do there? What? Oh, those missiles aren't homing. Okay. You can just kind of weave through them a little bit here. Try to lead his shots to one side, then turn. And then try to stay straight ahead here. That gives you the best chance to dodge these. And for a late game boss, it was way easier than some of the early ones. I'm assuming there's one last stage. Hey, thank you for the follow. Good to see you again. We just found out that the whole Iridian Armada is being controlled from somewhere within Epsilon Galaxy. Mankind will be safe again. 3 more... Oh. Holy crap! This is too much game! I'm gonna take a quick look, but I don't think we're gonna stick around long enough to play the end of this. Music continues to be top-notch. Oh, those turrets follow you. That's sneaky. Yeah, okay, so it looks like if I only use the one weapon, I can cash in the power-up for extra health. Which is fine by me, I only use the one weapon anyway. And I wasted it. Because I'm impatient. But anyway, I think we're gonna have to call it here. I guess my review. Full marks for presentation. This looks great, sounds great, fantastic music. Difficulty's a little all over the place. Just odd decisions generally, but overall, good game. Could have been a little shorter. But anyway, we're going to be hopping on over to buddy Greg Seward, who is going to be streaming some more Lunar Silver Story Complete tonight. I'll be back tomorrow with some more Etrian Odyssey. I'm going to keep working our way through that. And then another ranking of the Game Boy Puzzlers on Wednesday. I can't remember the name of the game. It's got a long Japanese name. Anyway, and then live improvised music on Thursday, music production Saturday night. Assuming I don't cancel again. I shouldn't. This was just a weird week. But thanks for coming by. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you, Lexus Gamer, for the follow. And as always, I do hope to see you next time. So bye for now.